Hi, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my home here in Santa Monica, California, and in particular, welcome to my bathroom plant tour for spring 2020. I love being able to do my bathroom plant tours because it is a very special bathroom from all of the bathrooms I've ever had, whether it was living in Hawaii, California, or Las Vegas. I've never had a bathroom like this where I have diffused lighting coming in and enough space to house 30 to 50 plants at any given time. So I hope this inspires you. And stay tuned to the end of the video where I will be doing another giveaway. So let's get started. I'm gonna step out of the frame and give you one nice point of view so you can see what the layout looks like, and then I'll break down the collection. Welcome to the bathroom. And nothing has changed as far as the way how I'm styling plants. I'm still hanging my plants off of my door, and I still have all of my thrifted plant stands being used. Although you will see maybe half of the plants in here are new since the last tour that has been living in here. As you see here from this point of view, nothing has changed. I still am using my macrame hanging baskets above my shower for 4 plants. I think that's more than enough for hanging baskets in this little bathroom. And then on the right hand side, you'll see my DIY shelf. All right, and here is the point of view if you are standing at my sink. As you see, my DIY brick and wood method is still working well. I highly recommend it if you have never watched any of my DIY videos. This is probably going to be your most inexpensive way to style plants and also have it to the dimension that you are looking for your space. So let's go ahead and talk about the plant babies currently living in the bathroom for spring. New plants, not as much as my last tour. They come and go. I may bring more plants in the upcoming weeks when I'm back from Las Vegas. I am leaving tomorrow for a week. I have one of my tradescantias, my Big Bertha. My last plant tour in my bathroom, my Big Bertha was actually living on my DIY shelf, but it has grown a lot, and I decided to put it in a macrame hanger and have it styled here. I try to have the big wild hanging plants, if I have any of them, on this side of the door so that I'm still able to use my sink and not bump into them. Originally, my Tradescantia Nanook was living here, but it is now living in a different part of my bathroom. One of my string of hearts here, I have 3 variations. This is the all green one. I got this one from Las Vegas, and I believe I got the Tradescantia from Long Beach. I really love the Big Bertha. Personally, for me, it is a rare one. I would love to get more. I hate to cut and propagate it because it's been working really hard to grow this long. A bunch of you guys always get Tradescantia cuttings from me, and I try to share with you how I take from the plant without ruining the look. This particular string of hearts came from Las Vegas. My only string of hearts. I rarely get any houseplants from Las Vegas these days because they don't have really anything. Well, for somebody who has 600 plants special, there are usually a lot of common plants, but I was able to find this one a while back, I believe last year. And this is like a dark green with a little cream in the inside, and there's lots of babies up here. So I know a bunch of you guys had asked for string of heart babies, and I don't mind taking from my plants. This is a thrifted planter, and the macrames that you see, the cream neutral color ones, are all from Amazon. So if you're interested in any of them, my Amazon store link is in my description box. Go ahead and check out everything that I use for the channel and for the collection there. So love having my string of hearts here. Sometimes it goes on the way left hand side of my hanging system here. I just use the over the door hooks to hang my plants. That's one of my favorite ways to use my spaces, and it gets a lot of natural lighting from that section as well as the grow light. But it's going to be living here now, and I really like it. This trailing effect coming down the white door, it really fills the space with green. So these are the current 2, but again, they do switch out. There's a handful of plants that you'll see in the tour that has been living in here its entire life, and then new plants that come in and out. So that's the 2 hanging plants. As you can see, my money tree is doing really good, and I have no intentions of moving it anywhere else. It's been living here for a while, and I just rotate a bit of water underneath the shower. I'll just do a quarter turn so it doesn't lean any particular way. And this has been with me for a very long time. I want to say at least 4 or 5 years. I got it from Las Vegas, and it's a cobalt blue planter that I probably got from Las Vegas as well. So currently just 1 plant, and that's good enough. Normally, like, I would have like my soap here, and then maybe my glasses holder, contact lens holder for the day. So I don't like to crowd out my counter space because as you can see, I don't have much room for anything else. Here's another point of view of my sink. So I do have my Marimo moss balls living in the right corner. It's been living life in this mansion that I created for my Marimo moss balls for a couple of years now. I know a bunch of people that are maybe new to my channel that find me because of the Marimo moss balls. Seen my unboxing video years ago in Las Vegas and like freak out over me putting them in those bottles, but that's what I had at the time, and the next day they were given more space in here, and it's okay. Like, don't freak out about that one video that was years ago. And the next day I got put into this situation. Literally, this is the best setup for any Marimo moss ball farm. I call them farms because there's so many in there. And I've had the Marimo moss balls for probably 4 years or so. I love them. And I just rinse out the water every now and then to keep them happy. So very low maintenance and fun to look at. Here is my thrifted plant stand, and this plant stand, guys, have been with me for a very long time. Thrifted from my local thrift shop here in Santa Monica that I got a couple of years ago. I believe I paid no more than $15 for it. It is missing the bottom shelf, but it doesn't matter because I kind of use up the bottom space anyway with plants in front of it. Top shelf, I still have my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma doing really good. It's on my DIY moss pole. I did a boxing on this plant a while back. Back then when I purchased the plant, it was on the rare side, and now you kind of see it a little bit more common and popping up at different places in Southern California. I've never seen this plant in Las Vegas or in Arizona. So I really love it. It's doing really good. It's in a ceramic planter. From left to right, I have my variegated segonium. Very stressful plant for me. I had to prune off 2 leaves yesterday that were variegated. Again, variegated leaves do not last long. So hopefully it'll give me new growth because literally I only have 2 leaves currently at the moment. One of my Pilea peperomioides babies, or Pilea peperomioides babies. This is from my second mother plant. You'll see that I just have a few. I don't like taking from the mother plant because I like it super full and lush. I love that look better. And then I have an original red emerald philodendron. I say original because I've purchased now 3 in separate occasions. They all stress me out. But I have this one in a LECA setup, so semi-hydro, and it's doing really well. It has put out a bunch of new leaves for me, so I'm just gonna keep it in this setup, and it's just nice to be able to fill up the spaces here. So I'll just rotate it here so you can see and appreciate this side as well. Behind my hybrid red emerald philodendron, I have my Begonia maculata, and this is 2, believe it or not, separate plants together, and I decided to move it into a semi-hydro because it was not happy and it hasn't been living in this setup for a while. So these are new leaves, believe it or not. Good vibes, and hopefully it'll continue to show me happiness in this setup. Sound off down in the comments below, how do you have your begonias? For the most part, most of mine are all in soil, and I just keep it nice and happy, but for whatever reason the maculata was dropping leaves, so I switched it to semi-hydro. So we'll see how it does. And here is a segonium baby that I got from my subscriber in my trade. She's from Long Beach, giving me a new leaf, as you see. So let's see, maybe when I come back from Las Vegas, I'll have it unfurled. And then down here, I just have some Tridescantia cuttings propagating in water. You'll see I try to save every single fallout. So I just have a little bit here. I have my variegated segonium. This one is from my subscriber in Santa Clarita. This was part of, I think, my second or first trade with her. As you can see, not much variegation happening, unfortunately, and I'm like looking at the stem of it, and I don't know, we'll see when I get more variegation. Right now, like, there's little variegation on this small leaf. But it was not happy living in soil, so I put it in semi-hydro, and this is all new leaves. So try to switch up your plant babies for those who are not doing well. Maybe they'll do better in LECA. And I've been really successful at least getting this much growth, because literally all of the leaves fell off when it was in soil. It was just not happy, and when I got the plant already, it was not happy. So semi-hydro and LECA is keeping this baby happy. In fact, this leaf right here is a new unfurled leaf. How cute is that? But where's the variegation? Come on, I need variegated leaves. And then this is just another Pilea baby from my second mother plant. So here we are on the right side of my sink. And this is my hybrid red emerald philodendron. I absolutely love this plant. Can you see me behind the Tradescantia? I love this plant so much. It is near and dear to my heart. All of my rooted babies went to my subscriber in Santa Clarita on our second trade. And I did take a few cuttings for a bunch of my subscribers. So if I would take from my plant again, if somebody purchased a cutting, I would probably try to take from that cut end, which is behind here, instead of taking from the top. All of this is all new growth, like literally all of this. It is now past its DIY pole that I made for it. How special is that? I love this plant. It's tall like me almost. So if I did take from it, I'd probably take from the cut section versus here. I've had this now in my collection. I'm trying to think, maybe a year. I would have to look back at my plant hauls, but I do rotate. This plant does get rainwater and sun. Whenever I have a chance to bring out my bigger house plants in my studio and my bathroom, this will come out. And I just love having it in my bathroom. It fills up this space really well, and it's really happy living here. This is my peperomia raindrop. I love this, and this was a plant baby that I got from San Diego. My original one I'm propagating in the greenhouse. Second peperomia raindrop is actually bigger than my first one. So my first peperomia raindrop is now propagating in the greenhouse, and I don't mind selling those off. And I have it propped on an upside down white planter to get it up a little higher and for some level change. So that's everything in this section. Okay, here we are on the top of my toilet. I have this mirror tray here. 2 peperomias doing really good. And this one in particular, the lemon lime, is a headache, as you see. A lot of browning, but also take a look at that, a lot of new growth. So very fun to see that it's giving me lots of pups down here, because as you see, it was not happy, but I didn't give up on it, and it's loving life here. Whenever I shower, it's like they have a little spa day. And then another peperomia here. And I just love the contrast of the red and green, especially like in my red emerald. Oh, those things just like, they pull on my plant heartstrings. So I do rotate, because as you see, they start leaning. So why don't we have you this way so you'll lean to the right and stand tall. Switch it out, but these two kind of have been living next to each other here for a couple of weeks, and I really like the aesthetic and the look of it. So I literally do use every single space I can in my bathroom to have a bunch of plant babies in here that really need to live in the bathroom, otherwise they'd be really fussy somewhere else. So Tradescantia, lemon lime, and my original string of hearts still living life on the top of my windowsill of my bathroom. Because of its long trails, my string of hearts literally touch the ground, and I think I might be doing something with it on my live today, which will be up way before this tour. So let's see. But I absolutely love both plants. I know a bunch of you guys have gotten cuttings from both. I know a lot of people who love Tradescantia always buy cuttings from this particular Tradescantia. For me, I don't blame you. It's one of my favorites. And this string of hearts is currently in bloom, and as you can see, the variegation of it is different. So there's more cream in it than the green. So I love having all variations of the string of hearts in any plant that I have in my collection. But it's currently in bloom, and that makes me really happy. Philodendron in this hanging macrame basket is from my second trade, I believe, from my Santa Clarita subscriber. It's doing really well here, and it's light enough to be hung in my macrame because my ceiling is not that strong. So I can't have any heavy hanging plants, so this works really well, and it's been pretty happy. Happy to report that this philodendron is giving me signs of happiness living here, so I'm going to continue to keep it here until it gets too heavy to live in this hanging basket, and then we'll switch it out with something else. On the seal of my shower, when I am not here, my whole shower will get a bunch of plant babies to live in here that are maybe in my studio that doesn't get natural lighting when I'm away. They'll come in here. Normally here in this section I have my peperomia, but it's not moved on my DIY shelf. You'll see it in a second. This is, I believe, my third red emerald. Doing really good. A bunch of sections is growing in the greenhouse to propagate, to sell, give, or trade. And these are the sections that I wanted to keep in the planter. As you see, I do have a little moisture meter because this one is very finicky. So there's a bunch of meters that I just keep in my planters of plants that I don't want to lose track of, that are very dramatic. This is one of them. But look, a lot of new growth. All this is new growth. Very happy with this. Literally, this is my third one. So you'll see, like, I have some on my shelf in my studio from my original one up here and then here. And then I have my little Boston fern here living next to my philodendron and my shower. And it's been really happy here. So food for thought. Ferns do better in my bathroom. And in particular, this one, and the rest is outside for the most part by my fountain. Standing in the shower so you can see what's happening in the other 3 hanging baskets here. These are my headache ferns, my kangaroo and my rabbit's foot fern. They have to live here because of the humidity. The kangaroo is giving me lots of headaches. So I'm gonna have to go through the plant and trim off all the browning edges. But I do water these like every other day to keep them happy, or I'll mist them really quickly under the shower before I hop in. Very dramatic plants, so they have to live here. Left hand side, you see my calathea, my one and only calathea, and this was a part of my trade with my subscriber in Santa Clarita. This was from our second trade. I stay away from calatheas because they're too dramatic for me, and I don't want to waste my plant dollars and stress out those particular plants. So I was game to trade it with her. She wasn't interested in the plant anymore, so I just said, why not? I'll take it, and I've had it in my collection ever since then. I am not a fan of calatheas, but I have the one, and I definitely don't mind trading out plants with my subscribers. If they're not interested in it anymore, I'll give it a try. So it's living here in the bathroom. Here's part of my DIY shelf. We're gonna go from left to right, and you can see what's currently happening on the shelf. One of my favorite places to put all of my finicky plants, and they all live here for this reason, because they're happier in this environment. This is my beautiful philodendron maximum. I'll bring it up so you can see. These 2 leaves here are new, and I got this as part of a plant unboxing. I rarely do buy plants online, but if I do, it's gonna be ones that I can't really find here in California. One of my peperomia ripples, as you can see, very happy in the bathroom. A lot of new cute little blooms. Now this is an alocasia black velvet that my subscriber in Santa Clarita did not want, so she gifted to me to adopt because it was too dramatic for her, and she just gave it to me in the planter. And as you can see, this leaf, I don't know guys, it does not look happy to me. Not too sure. To my subscriber, and I probably can agree with her with my other alocasia, when one leaf pops up, then one dies. So I don't know, this is stressing me out. But she didn't want it anymore, so I adopted it. So I hope that I can do justice for this plant. The amount people are paying for right now for these rare plants are very expensive. So I think if I would spend a high ticket price on a plant, it would not be this, because it's like a 50-50. You're gonna get a new leaf, or it might die on you, and you just kind of gotta roll with the punches that it gives you. So I'll keep you posted, but this leaf does not look happy, and I try to do my best. Yellowing in this leaf is so unfortunate. Oh my gosh, I'm probably gonna come back from Las Vegas and it's gonna be fully yellow. Here's one of my philodendrons that I got as a birthday present for myself. I unboxed it. I don't know the ID on this. It was just like an unidentified philodendron, so let me know. Maybe I might have found it in the past in previous plant tours, but off the top of my head I can't think. And then this is another, I want to say like a Florida ghost, and I could be wrong, but this was a purchase that I got here in Southern California a while back. It was never identified, and it's doing good. These on the bottom shelf. So here is my peperomia glabella, my original one, and I have a second one I can't remember where I got this one in particular, but the second one that I got looks fairly different. The leaves, again, I guess it depends on the grower or the mother plant. You can get the same plant and there's slightly different characteristic of both plants that makes them different, but the same plant. This one is giving off a lot of rat tail blooms, so that makes me happy. This was actually living where my red emerald on my bathroom seal is, but I put it here for today and it's gonna continue to live here. So that makes me really happy. I'm propagating from this plant as well in my greenhouse. And then here is my Monstera Peru. Well, at least part of it. This is part of my plant trade from my subscriber in Santa Clarita. And this was from our second trade. The rest did not make it, unfortunately. This is what I have left. I know a bunch were trying to root in water. It has not given me anything, so that's pretty sad. And then here is my second watermelon peperomia. My first one that I got in Las Vegas years ago did not make it. And this is my second purchase one. I'm trying to think where I got this one. I can't remember. Probably somewhere in California. I'm propagating it in my studio. So if you haven't watched my studio tour, check it out. It's this particular peperomia, you can just snip from any section here and then stick it in water and it'll give you water roots. Also, if you do a leaf cutting too. So I like the watermelon peperomia for the way how it propagates and the beautiful leaves. Here is another plant that I bought through the mail. This is my philodendron Jose Buono, and some new growth, slow grower, very rare and expensive guy. It's living in a plastic plant. Philodendron from my second trade from my subscriber in Santa Clarita, and it's in a white ceramic planter. Beautiful Tridescantia. I did a recent planting with Jewelyn because I didn't know I had two of them and they were both living in my bathroom in different areas, and I recently decided to put it in one planter. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love this thing so much. I'm propagating it in my studio if you haven't seen it on the wall. Very easy, so any fallouts I will definitely keep, but I love how it trails here. I think last time we did a plant tour, my heartleaf philodendron that is now in my 3-tier macrame hanger system in the studio used to live here and trail over, but I gave a part of my plant to my bestie Diana, who's about to give birth, and a part of my plant to my friend Lance, who lives in the valley. So they don't have any plants, and that was one of those beginner plants that I wanted to give them to help them to start off their hopefully journey with plant life. So now this Tridescantia lives here. Potted Tridescantia. This was actually living in my greenhouse, not doing good. If you remember when my grandma was cleaning up the greenhouse, it was like little pups all down here. It was just, I don't know what happened. It just wasn't happy, and it grew up all in the greenhouse again, and it came out for spring 2020 plant tour. So super happy about that. I can't choose any other plant that's better than this to wrap up my bathroom plant tour. This is my mother plant of my Tridescantia Nanook. I'll give it a spin so you can see. I recently took a picture of me with it to post on my Instagrams. I absolutely love this plant. I know a bunch of you guys have purchased cuttings from me. I have sections of this propagating and growing in my greenhouse, so if you purchase cuttings from me, it'll probably be from that in the greenhouse, and once all of that is gone, then I'll start taking from the little sections here. Very fun plant. So as you see, I take up every single space I can. Alright you guys, that is going to wrap up the video. I hope you found this very inspiring. It was very fun to come in my bathroom and share with you what is currently being styled and living in my bathroom for spring 2020. For the most part, a handful of plants since my last tour is still living in here, but as you see, I have a bunch of plants from subscribers or plant friends that were gifted to me or traded in previous plant trade, and it's just fun to be able to mix it up with my own personal collection, and you guys get to see how they are doing. So let's talk about the giveaway and the rules. No matter what giveaway it is, the rules remain the same. You have to be subscribed to both of my channels, my main channel, my vlog channel, following both of my Instagram account, my main account, and my plant account. Leave a comment down below, city, state, country that you live in, as well as your most dramatic plant that you have to have it in a certain place, whether it's next to a humidifier or like in a greenhouse environment. I would love to know what kind of plant that is, your most dramatic plant currently right now. and I will pick a winner 1 week from the time this video goes live. Let's talk about the giveaway. So I thought it'd be fun to give another planter, so I am going to be sending one of you guys this cute little planter. And if you live in the US, I will also include my Tradescantia cuttings from my big mother plant here in the corner. I thought it'd be fun to give a few cuttings away from one of the plants in my bathroom. So that's gonna wrap up the video. I hope you guys found this inspiring, and I hope you enjoyed seeing how many plants I can fit in this bathroom. There's usually more, but this is what the current vibe of the space is. So stay tuned for my fall 2020 plant tour. Leading up into my quarterly series, I love to do a bunch of clean with me, so we'll do the fall clean with me's, and then we'll do the fall tours, and then I'll go ahead and do more giveaways then. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads between the main channel Monday to Thursday and the vlog channel Friday through Sunday. You get a video each and every day. Till next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California, and my bathroom. Bye guys!